We can consider this as an open questions and answers, and also sharing future plans, not only for Code Reality and us, but wider augmented reality teaching community. And at this point, I think anyone can turn on their microphones and ask or suggest something.
Sure, I can make a start here. I'm planning at the moment to offer a micro-credential on FutureLearn. So we're in the process of clearing the paperwork for that and hope to be out with that soon. And I'm also contributing to Augustus, who I'm sure would like to say something, coming program on AR.
I think Augustus is the keynote in the parallel event, and he left a few minutes ago. But yes, I have been reading your comments, and I see that some of you suggest or asking when is the next meeting, webinar on this topic, or some others suggested if we should join together and apply for another round of funding to push the augmented reality curriculum or the teaching community to the next level, or get some support to have events running or to keep producing and updating the educational resources. That is, of course, all possible. And in Code Reality, we are happy to take a lead on that process. And we have our community open. We had some results to share with you today. So, but I would like actually to listen to everyone else in this webinar. What do you have to say or suggest? I'm reading some comments complimenting us on a good job we've done.
I was wondering in general whether we should create some sort of award for kind of the best augmented reality study work, or thesis, master thesis, or something the like. I think that would be interesting to investigate, maybe even with the ACM or the IEEE, whether we could do something like that.
There is a question from Ruti if we've contacted IEEE or ISO regarding the standards of the curriculum design. Maybe Ralph or Friedling can answer that, and then we have another question following up.
Standards, I'm not really aware that we could standardize the curriculum design in that respect. There are curricular recommendations, and I think with the spirit of how higher education should work, in my opinion, it is important that universities remain autark and have to make up their mind themselves on how they need to teach things in their local constituency or as a global player. So I think it would be tricky to do more than a recommendation unless there would be some sort of review process attached to it. And we were deliberating maybe with the BCS, maybe with the ACM, maybe with the IEEE, if we could possibly start up such a peer review process for programs to see if they could be approved as being compatible with the recommendation or something like. But I think that's a rather sensitive topic, and universities, for good reason, should react quite allergic to being told what exactly to do. So I think we need to go in the regular vehicles. Having said that, I mean, many of us, Marius, Mark, me, Mikhail, Ralph, we're involved in standardization, and we do participate in standards working groups. I'm leading, for example, IEEE P1589, which is the standard for augmented reality learning experience models, which is now since January/April, when the document was finally out, a fully fledging IEEE standard. Standardization is very important, but I'm not aware that we could possibly do something more with regards to standardization of the curriculum. I think that's then more a question of organizing a peer review or something the like.
Thank you, Friedling. I see also some comments about the initiative designing different study programs, and that's our curriculum model has given some ideas to you. That is good. And Augustus, if you are here, Friedling mentioned you in his comment. If you have heard that, and if you have something to add, please go ahead.
I didn't have the comment of Friedling. because I was participating in the other parallel event. So Fridolin, can you please repeat what was the comments? Excuse me.
I was advertising your program already and was just mentioning, and I'm sure you have something more to say about the upcoming program to which I contribute.
Actually, there was an interesting comment about the fees of this program. I don't know if that's quite interesting for the audience. I think that what I mentioned about in the other session was that it's not about, let's say, creating another education, another master that will be available. I think we are talking about an initiative to create a critical mass of researchers and universities and communities dealing with augmented reality per country. And this, let's say, community may bring up some new ideas and new research areas on the topic of augmented reality. Because I think this is something that changes month by month, and new challenges arise every month. And if we join forces, we may come up with wonderful, let's say, results. My point of view is that if we would like to make an impact on education, we should provide free of cost, or at least a very low of cost, let's say, products for education and educators. Otherwise, it will be difficult to make a difference in education.
Thank you very much, Augustus. Coming back to the suggestion or comments for establishing an award, there is a comment that at the moment there is a Reimagine Education by QS conference going on, which has a category of AR in education that offers an award. And I think we need to establish a link with the field of using AR for education. That could be a good example of an award. But if we are to offer something, we I think need to do some work in establishing the broader community first, so that we have a little bit more formalized community that offers that and that does something regularly and that doesn't depend on either a specific project or a specific source of funding. And this is also part of our work to open the community and to invite new members who would bring new ideas.
Exciting times, still a lot to do, I think, in this project, and with the help of all the other experts here on the panel, we have made a good step forward. It's up to you now here in the audience to push and base your work on these achievements, push augmented reality forward so that we can help push it up on the plateau of productivity and have a prosperous future for every one of us. Thank you.
To follow up this idea, if you would like to contribute to the AR teaching community, if that is relevant to you. If you answer yes, you could actively contribute. Maybe you can even give us your email in the chat or just contact us directly. We then probably would go for a follow-up meeting with you and see what we can arrange in the upcoming months. Okay, there are more comments. Another point from Marius Preda that we didn't discuss today is the importance of user profile in designing meaningful AR applications. Marius, can you turn on your microphone and explain what you mean?
Yeah, anyway, our discussion was too short to discuss all the aspects, but I remember that this is something that we never mentioned today. Actually, that is one of the nicest feature of the AR, because it's personalized experience, and for sure the content will not be the same for everybody. So I think that user profile, filtering of the experience with respect to user characteristics, of course, is part of the context, is spatial context and user context. But I do believe that this is very important. It doesn't mean that I have a solution for that, but for sure, the designers of AR content, AR applications should take a lot of care on user profile and what kind of information we expose to everyone with respect to the expectations, with respect to the skills, if we are talking about AR industrial applications, or even with respect to preferences as we have now on the web. So the AR cookie will be something that is very important.
Thank you very much, Marius. There is yet another comment on collaboration with other communities. I see instructional designers and maybe also the application domains that other application domains that we discussed earlier. But I think the time of the event we planned is running out. I hope, and we all in the Code Reality team hope that that was useful, that was interesting to you and relevant. I would like to thank again all the panelists. I would like to thank Mark Billenhurst for giving the keynote and all who participated with your comments and with listening. We will be in touch if you want to learn more. We've provided many links to how to contact us during this event. I'm happy that we finally reached out to you, and I hope again that was useful.